Hello. I had just finished shooting some footage for a video, and I figured while the camera was set up, I might as well talk about some just like random stuff, because everyone seems to like just when I get in front of the camera, just talk about random shit. I don't know. It's whatever you guys want. So I'm just gonna start shooting stuff off the top of my head. Let's see where I've been. I actually was kind of surprised when I look at my YouTube page and I noticed that it's been like 3 weeks since I posted Demolition Man up. And wow, Demolition Man took a long time to make. It may not seem like it, and I don't know if you guys have any idea how long it generally takes to shoot a video, but it's not the shooting that took so long, it's the editing. I think as my videos have kind of gotten more advanced, I mean, if you compare them now to the way they were back then I just got a bunch of game footage and I narrated over it. Now I have a lot more edits, I cut a lot more things in there, video, sound effects, music, things like that. There's a lot more to it, and it's really involved, and it takes a lot longer. It used to take me like 6 hours to bang out a video. Now it takes me about a week. It takes a long time. So the turnaround gets a little bit longer, especially now that I have a job. It's a full-time job, and man, it is killing me. It's really hard to maintain any kind of schedule anymore, because I'll tell myself, like, I'm going to shoot tonight. I got all this stuff set up. And when I get home, I am just drained. I guess you guys can relate. I haven't really had to work that hard in my life, but it's a full-time job, and it's really monotonous. And when you get home, or when I get home, I'm just kind of like emotionally, intellectually just sapped. And all I want to do is really just lay down and sleep for a while. It's kind of the state of my life at the moment. It's just very draining. I don't have a lot in me right now. And that's not because of you guys. It's not because of the videos. I would love to make videos all the time for you guys. It's just that sometimes it's a question of, like, if I get in front of the camera and I'm really not in that good a state, it's kind of an injustice to you guys. Like, I don't want to do that if it's not going to make you laugh. If you just kind of see the shambling husk of a dude in front of you playing games, maybe you might find that amusing. A lot of you guys like the E.T. video because, like, I was in an extraordinary amount of pain. But, like, I try to entertain you guys as much as possible. I try to be as positive and cheery as possible in my videos, just so I have some energy. If I was doing it like if I was recording because I felt like I had to, I don't think you guys would like it as much, and you guys deserve better. But I am still doing videos. It's taken me a little longer, mainly because what I'm doing now is I'm kind of laying the groundwork for a lot of stuff in the future. So it is kind of frustrating to me as well, because I've been doing a lot of work, and I don't have a lot to show for it. But there is stuff happening. I'm getting footage, I'm getting all sorts of stuff written, and it's really just a question of finally sitting down, shooting it, and editing it together. So, I mean, a lot of the stuff is ready. It's good stuff. But there's hits and misses as you go along. Sometimes I shoot things I don't find nearly as fun as I initially thought when I wrote them down, and some things I just realize I eventually can't do because of, like, budgetary constraints and the fact that I am essentially a one-man operation, and it's not possible to do certain things when I'm the one guy running the camera, I'm the guy in front of the camera, I'm the guy doing sound, lights, all that. It's just not possible. But anyway, that's where I've been. It's really a combination of a lot of things. There's the job that's kind of crushed me. I've had a few. There's kind of a family crisis going on right now. I don't want to talk about it, but it's pretty bad. So it's kind of had me on my heels, kind of backpedaling from things a bit. So if I haven't been as responsive as you like, I'm sorry. That's just the way things are. And also lately, I had I'll tell you the story of the website problems that have been going on. A while back, I got a message from my previous host, GoDaddy, and they said my bandwidth had been exceeded. I had like I think it was like 100 gigabytes a month, and it was over. And apparently, when you run over, they shut you down. You're locked out. Like, nobody could get in. So it was kind of it was a crisis mode, man. I mean, everything was going nuts because I have a lot of fans now, previously than what I did before. And when you have like 10,000 subscribers and who knows how many people subscribe to your forums and they go down, they all tell you about it. Like, you know, hey, did you know your forums are down? And, you know, your inbox is like, you know, 15,000 emails telling you that they're pissed off because they can't log in. So, and a lot of people telling me to get this website up, and you're right. I mean, I should get this website up. So it was a real problem finding a new host. I got recommended to a different host, and they were okay. But the thing is, I got another 100 gigabytes of... actually, I think it was... My previous one was like 50, and my new bandwidth for every month was 100. So I got 100 out of this new host, and I paid up for the year with this new host. I get a message like 10 days later that my bandwidth had been exceeded. You guys chew through the bandwidth like fucking animals. Like, you guys are crazy. Like, I looked at the statistics, and it's nobody attacking me. It was nobody hacking me like I thought somebody might have been, like, loading videos like crazy on my site or, like, doing a denial of service or something like that. It was nothing like that. It was fairly distributed access throughout the page. The forums were shooting up a lot. It was just a lot of very enthusiastic people accessing the website, and the traffic had gone up. So, hey, I'm flattered, but wow. So the problem was my forums had gotten huge, and I hadn't maintained them very well. So the forum had gotten to be like 80 megabytes, 80, 90 megabytes, something like that, when I backed it up. And the backup was corrupted. Like, no matter how many times I tried to download it, the backup was in very poor condition. It was incomplete. It would never download completely. This focus is kind of messed up. The download would never complete, and so I only had like 80% of the website at any given time. And worse, you can only upload like 5 megabytes. Like the software, unless you know SQL, will only allow you to upload like a 5 megabyte file, unless you want to run it from the command line. And I have no idea how to do that. You'd think I'd be able to do that, being a computer science graduate. No, I never learned SQL. I should. I'm trying to, actually, right now, because this was embarrassing what I had to do to put this stuff up. But anyway, I had to transfer hosts again to a different host that I have a lot more bandwidth now than I did before. So that crisis is over, but it took like 2 weeks to resolve, and it was really stressful. Maybe I just took it too seriously. Maybe I stressed out a little too much over it, but it was a kind of a hefty demand getting that website back up, and I wanted to get it up for you guys as well. So I mean, I was working pretty late a lot of times, just trying to get the website back up, and I think I've succeeded for the most part. I know there was a lot of downtime, but it works. I'm also hosting my videos on Blip TV because I'm kind of dissatisfied with YouTube. YouTube just destroys my my video and audio quality. And Rever does a lot of horrible things to my video, but they really hurt the audio. I don't know if you noticed that Rever, the audio on those files is terrible, and it's not that bad on my host files. It's really not. Like, if you listen to the Dirty Dancing on Rever, it's just shit. But it's not me. It's them. Some files, like it'll for some reason put the audio coming out of one speaker only, and people hate that. I hate it too, but it's Rever. I'm trying to fix that. But anyway, on Blip TV, which I'll try to post a link up to Blip TV, I have like these huge widescreen versions of the videos, uncut, unbroken, not split up into 10-minute segments like I have to on YouTube. So you should check those out. They're a lot better quality. I'm very happy with some of them. Like, you should check out Dragon Strike. I really like the way Dragon Strike turned out. Demolition Man. Oh, that reminds me, Demolition Man. I made some edits to that video that I didn't want to put on YouTube because I'd have to resubmit it. All your comments would go away. But there's an updated version of Demolition Man on the Blip TV site that has just a few changes, but some significant ones. Like the murder, death, kill sequence when they're all like looking really sadly at the screen as Spartan shooting all those people. I changed that to where I think it flows a lot smoother now. I think it's a lot funnier the way it is now. But that's the good news there. I get a lot of requests to do games. I get thousands of requests to do games. Some of them really good games too. Like, you should review. I don't know. Like, I can't remember. Like, just good games. You know, they'll list off some fairly positive. Like, I get a lot of requests. Somebody requested I do Battletoads. Like, okay, A, Battletoads has been done already, and like B, it's pretty good. Some other stuff like like somebody wanted me to do the Baldur's Gate series, which I like. I mean, I would review that, but I'd be like, this is really good. I mean, the one thing I don't like about Baldur's Gate 1 is that Rangers don't use 2 swords. I mean, that's like my main complaint against Baldur's Gate, is that Rangers just kind of like watered down fighters in that game. Anyway, I'll do some quick shot reviews for you, just in case you want some review action. I played Spore. I have not played all the way through Spore, which take this review with a grain of salt when you talk about this. Not that impressed. It's really just like a collection of mini games that are just kind of loosely strung together. Like, okay, I swim around, I eat stuff. I'm either a plant eater or a meat eater. So either you're a complete pussy or you run around and attack things. The